Now, Conklin and Company continues with Take 3, commentary and analysis from our panel of political contributors.
Welcome back, everyone. Take 3 now with a couple of folks who we haven't seen in at least a couple of weeks. It's been a little while. Good to see London Mitchell from Cumulus Radio and Skylar Meadows from the Juice, and former Toledo City Council candidate joining us on Conklin and Company. Mayor Bell goes to the Toledo Rotary tomorrow and will deliver his State of the City address. And my question to both of you is, will it pave the way for what will be an official run to State Government Center on the 22nd floor in 2013? Skylar?
I'm hearing that Mayor Bell is going to run again, but I don't think that the speech tomorrow will necessarily pave the way. I think it's going to be a very cut and dry, this is where we are, this is what we need to do, you know, pleasant in demeanor, but I think they're two separate things.
A touting of accomplishments, in essence saying, here's what we've done, we're in a better place than we were, London?
Well, that's what he did last year. He went through the whole list of, well, we've got the budget under control, we've done economic development, we've got the Chinese interests in Toledo. So I think that we're going to see, if we see, let's put it that way, him doing the same kind of delivery. We've accomplished this, we've accomplished that, we've accomplished. I think that will set up at least a strong test of the waters. But I think we're also going to see him talk a lot about regionalism, and because that's his vision of the future, more regional cooperation, and that I think is going to be the key to this whole thing if he talks about regionalism. Well,
how's it been so far then? I mean, if that's important to him, he's had a couple of years to get that done then, right?
I think it's been tough going. I mean, there are so many issues that we have to take care of within the city limits, and relationship building is part of what the mayor is supposed to do, but you also have to have the whole community on board. So the question really is Toledo ready to really become a regionalized area? That's the question, and he's not the only mayor that's had to answer that question.
Absolutely. I mean, that's been talked about for a long time. We have the situation where, so you have the mayor likely to run. We have this Sean N. right now at City Council, and the debacle over Joe McNamara's situation kind of being cast aside by the Democratic Party here, and McNamara certainly bandied about as one of the headline candidates for a possible run. What does all this do now if you don't have support of labor and you don't have support of party? What do you do if you're Joe McNamara now, moving forward?
I think you do exactly what you've been doing, because I think he's got the name recognition, and I believe he's perceived as a leader. I think Mike Bell is perceived as a leader, and I think those are the real strengths. I think that you've also got some other real strong names out there too that the Democrats could endorse. Anita Lopez.
Right, we talked about it. Anita Lopez. It's interesting when you bring that up. Leader, willing to go your own way.
Okay, but even so, we have many perceived leaders. Former Mayor Jack Ford was a perceived leader, but he did not get the council appointment, did he? But he's still going to run for the at-large seat. Right. So the key here is who is going to be able to test the waters, kind of stick their toe in without, putting their whole foot in and not ruin their political future if that's what they're concerned about, and who's going to be able to court constituencies, because whether they're all leaders or not, none of them has a large constituency in and of itself.
There's really a fragmented situation we're looking at here down the road.
I beg to differ, because I think that Mike Bell is popular. Maybe not popular with the established Democratic leadership, and maybe not popular with the unions. But I think he is popular, because you got to remember, union membership in this town is much lower than it ever was before.
But look at what you said. You said he's popular, which I might agree with that. However, it is a Democratic union town, so if you don't get those constituencies, plus we still have to talk about outreach to women, we still have to talk about the outreach to youth, we still have to talk about outreach to minorities, including African Americans and Latinas. So nobody has a lock on those, constituencies. So I see where you're coming from, but who's the total package at this point?
Yeah, at this point, if you pick a favorite, is it the incumbent?
Can we?
If I was to pick a favorite, I would pick Mike Bell, simply because of his charisma and and where the city stands now economically. I think a lot of it is going to depend on how well he delivers that State of the City address.
Yeah, it'll be fascinating.
If it wasn't for Mike, then I'd say the strength of the party would be behind Anita.
Be fascinating going forward.
Absolutely.
Let's veer. We don't have much time, but I want to talk about Hillary Clinton, and we're talking about possible runs down the road.
Right.
Already I mentioned, as the Democratic candidate in 2016, along with Joe Biden. So let's take a look at Hillary Clinton on the hot seat this week, facing questioning about the attack on the U.S. consulate at Benghazi.
The fact is, we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make?
Okay. A fiery Hillary Clinton, and some people say that, well, that's refreshing. But it was a serious situation. 4 Americans died that day. So, Skylar, your thoughts on that soundbite from Hillary Clinton?
Well, I think I watched the whole hearings. I think what she's trying to say is, seriously, this is the end of her term. We're trying to resolve issues, not make more, and stop blaming and let's go forward. That was her whole testimony. Stop blaming, here are the facts, let's go forward. We don't exist in a vacuum.
I'm worried about a couple of things. One is the lack of what I might consider respect between the members of the Senate and the members of Congress and the Secretary of State. I think they should have been setting more of a respectful atmosphere. I think that Hillary Clinton maybe missed the mark opening up her presentation with not taking that issue off the table to begin with. And I think that there was an opportunity in her opening remarks